afternoon, and welcome to the This Week Daily for Wednesday, February 15th. And hi, I'm Gary Ryan, here with you as always. Um, so today we are looking ahead instead of looking back at what has already happened because we've already gotten caught up with everything. Now that the roster cuts have happened, there's not really going to be a lot of activity on the transactions list during the week. You'll see any kind of disciplinary action, suspensions listed on Monday. And probably Thursday and Friday, you'll see a couple of spot signings. If somebody is out injured and a team needs a roster spot filled just for a weekend or whatever, a short term, bam, they'll announce Thursday and Friday. So everything that has happened has happened. Okay, the Fed weekend starts tonight with a game down in Biloxi. The Thunderbirds, who are red hot, taking on the Mississippi Seawolves. And that is the first of 3 games between the two teams. They'll take the night off tomorrow night and then go at it again Friday and Saturday. So Carolina, who has played the least amount of games in the Continental Division, will make up one of their games. Everybody will still be a little bit ahead of them as far as games played. Port Huron, they're playing games 39 and 40 already this year. Most teams are around 36, 37. And Port Huron, for some reason, they're getting their schedule done early. So their lead over the Motor City Rockers in the Continental Division is a little precarious right now. Those two teams go head-to-head Friday and Saturday in Port Huron. Right now, Motor City is 4 points back, but they are still missing their number one goaltender, Trevor Babin, for, I believe, Friday. I believe Saturday he can come back. He was on a 4-game suspension. So we'll see. They really need him back. Motor City's really been kind of sliding as of late. So they can really use a boost. That slide kind of coincides with their big defenseman, Ian White, who, of course, used to play for the Detroit Red Wings. He is now playing in the ECHL with the Norfolk Admirals, and believe that's a permanent move. So they really need to figure things out, and quick. Okay, so we mentioned Carolina, Mississippi, Motor City, and Port Huron playing a pair. The other series that is a twofer is Delaware traveling down to Columbus to take on the River Dragons. So probably Delaware's 2-game winning streak is going to get snapped, but you never know. Delaware has been playing a lot better lately. Columbus tends to pour it on any team not named the Carolina Thunderbirds. I still think the River Dragons are the class of the league right now. Okay, while we take on Danbury Friday night, Elmira will be traveling up to Watertown, and those two teams will go at it. Now, Watertown has a slim 3-point edge on Elmira, so 1 game that makes things up. However, both of these teams are going in opposite directions right now. Watertown has been playing much more soundly. Of course, they took 2 of 3 from Danbury this last weekend. Watertown also has 2 games in hand on Elmira, so that's going to play in their favor as well. Meanwhile, Saturday, as we travel back to Elmira to take on a tired Elmira team after they've traveled up to Watertown and played a tough game there, Danbury will be traveling up to Watertown and trying again. We'll see what happens if the results are any different this week, or if Watertown maybe has figured out Danbury. I'll say this: of the last 4 games Danbury and Watertown have played head to head, Watertown's come out on top 3 times. There was an overtime win, then Danbury won in regulation, and then Watertown won the last 2. Now, that seems to be dependent upon fantastic goaltending because Danbury poured on 115 shots in 2 games, 2 losses, but 115 shots. They didn't lose because they weren't generating offense. It's just that Owen Liskovitz was standing on his head, being a brick wall, all the other goalie euphemisms that you want to apply there. So anyway, so that's what things look like right now. As we look at the standings, there could be some changes. I mentioned Port Huron only being 4 points up on Motor City. So if Port Huron sweeps, if Port Huron wins a game, they retain their 3rd place spot over the 4th place Rockers. However, if the Rockers find a way of sweeping, then those 2 teams will flip-flop. Of course, we're only 2 points behind Danbury, so Friday's game is huge, and we're going to go into a huge detailed breakdown on that on the regular This Week with the Black Bears podcast on Spotify tomorrow. I'm not going to address that too much right now, but yeah, Danbury 77 points, Binghamton 75, 2 games in hand in our favor. Watertown, again, just that slim 3-point edge over Elmira. Elmira, though, has been struggling, and on Friday, when they travel to Watertown, they will be without the services of both Kyle Stevens and MJ Merkel, both who got suspended 1 game, so they'll be back on Saturday. And Delaware, of course, hanging around down there at the bottom. So that is all that I have for you for today. It'll be a very interesting weekend. And again, I hope to see you all on Friday. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, think about getting them before Friday night because, tickets are going fast. I've been taking a peek here and there at the Ticketmaster chart, and place is filling up fast, so hopefully we'll have a sellout. So anyway, hope to see you there. In the meantime, hope you enjoy this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and get notified every time that I do one of these uploads. Remember, I will not be doing one tomorrow because we're doing the regular podcast, the midweek report tomorrow. Really going into the numbers with the big game, Danbury and Binghamton, and of course, then we travel to Elmira on Saturday. All right, have a wonderful day. Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves. We will talk to you then.